WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in Scotland, today I'm at Glengoyne, today I have a interesting travel retail exclusive Balbaína, European oak Oloroso sherry casks. Ooh, natural color from the thyme and oak casks alone product of Scotland. So this is a 1 liter bottle, normal for travel retail. This is 43%, yay, not 40%. This is over here in Germany, 55 euros, and it's whiskey base number 111655. Now this bottle has been staring at me now for months, and it's kind of like, why don't I click, why don't I buy it? And it's like, I just don't know what it is. Now, it actually is, the spirit of oak is what it's also called. And this is a wonderful, wonderful, not a substitute, but a tiny little brother here for the 18-year-old. Now, let me explain why. I really enjoy the Glengoyne 18. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Over here in Europe, it's 90 euros. I think in the States, it's like, I don't know, $130, $150. So it's quite expensive. And we're always looking for alternatives to give that nice European oak taste. And I was hoping that this would give this to me. It almost did. Before I taste it, I'm going to rant and rave for a second. First of all, I'm going to praise. The side of the box is very, very nice. We have handcrafted. Our coopers in southern Spain are guardians of an ancient craft. The staves are shaped and hooped into casks, then softened with water and toasted with fire, just as they have always been. Excellent. Finest sherry filled. I'm not sure about the word finest, all right? The casks are filled with the finest Oloroso sherry for up to 3 years, and the sherry will season the cask, refining the character of the oak and softening it in readiness for a Glengoyne Highland single malt, up to 3 years. All right, so I'm not sure if these are just seasoned casks. Probably are. 3 would be a lot. After 6 long years, now I'm confused. You make a cask, you fill it with your sherry. After 3 years, you empty it, and then you send the casks over in 6 years? What's going on? Wait for it. The casks are emptied, then packed for the journey to Dumgoyne. Finally, they are ready to hold our spirits, maturing in the cool darkness of our stone-built warehouses. So Dumgoyne is the location of Glengoyne. If you're ever in Glasgow, just take the bus or drive up to Glengoyne. It's about an hour's bus drive, about 40-minute car drive up there. Beautiful, beautiful distillery. I actually had the opportunity to be there together with Food Quake. We met in Glasgow. I brought him up, and then we went on further to Deanston and met Roy from Aquavite. It was a day you will never forget. So then they talk about here from oak woods. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom here. It says it can take nearly 3 years for the staves to dry naturally under the Spanish sun. An intolerable wait for some, but a Glengoyne passion has its rewards. There's the missing 3 years. Why don't they put a little bit of a chronological thing on here? Maybe I'm reading it wrong, actually, all right? So maybe I should have started here with oak forest and moved my way here. All right, good. My mistake, my mistake. All right, good. So we should start here. I'm reading it backwards. All right, so cutting an oak stave is nothing like cutting finished timber. Following ancient traditions, the tree is quartered and staves cut across the rings of the wood, thus keeping them watertight and spirit-tight. So if you cut a normal plank of wood, you'll actually have maybe the rings look like this in there, and if you quarter cut them, the rings are actually one are perpendicular, and therefore they say that. Now this is the part I really want to rave about. I'm going to rant. It says here from oak wood forest. Yay. Fine oak cannot be rushed. It takes at least 70 years from an oak tree to come of age in the forests of northern Spain. Yay. And the Appalachian of the United States, and another 6 before it reaches our distillery. Now, why in all the world are you mentioning United States, the Appalachian Mountains here? This is European oak. Don't tell me about things that aren't in the box. Hello. Now I know the marketing guys are proud of their other wood, but the unique selling proposition, the USP here is European oak. Do not tell me about American oak when doing so, all right? Come on, guys, think a little bit. All right, gave it enough time. I've had my rant, I've had my rave. Ooh, that's a great nose. Now, Glengoyne, if you, I've done a blind tasting of 18-year-old blinds. Glengoyne was there as well, together with Glendronach, together with Balbai, together with a few others. And the thing is that the Glengoyne has a very unique European oak chocolate moment and a tiny little hint of that lactose acid, a little bit of that sour milk moment. And it's okay, and it's here as well. I guess it's from the distilling process. I guess they cut the whiskey at a certain point, that there's a certain amount of acids, of compounds in there that have that unique smell, which is very typical for Glengoyne. Now, these casks that they're using are not first fill. If you look at the color here, this is fairly light for that. If you look at the color here, you can see even more. It's not dark, dark, dark. If these were actually first fill sherry casks, it would be much richer, much darker, and much browner. So there's second fill, maybe third fill. Who knows? Maybe even fourth fill. So they do the same thing, by the way, also in with bourbon barrels. So in America, you use them for 4 years plus. Then they're sent over first fill, second fill, third fill. And so for sherry, since you're not using the sherry really, so it's first fill, second fill, third fill, maybe even fourth fill. All right, let's try this. Mm-hmm. 43%, which I applaud, and yet the spirit is kind of young. There's a tiny little bitterness towards the end. I'm going to reward myself with a little glass of 18-year-old Glengoyne. There's a great sweetness. The oak is there without being over-tannicked. This is actually a very good whiskey. Is it a alternative? Well, not exactly. I wanted to say, think of George T. Stagg and Stagg Jr. Now, I actually did a blind of three different George T. Staggs and 2 different Stagg Juniors, and the Stagg Juniors won, in my opinion. This would not win versus that. So this is a little bit of a cheaper brother here. It doesn't have the age, it doesn't have that depth and complexity, but yet it's, for the price, actually a fairly good whiskey. And that's important here because you're paying, at least I'm paying over here 90 euros for this, and I'm paying about 45 euros for this as 0.7 liter. Don't forget, this is a 1 liter bottle, which I paid 55 euros for. So you're talking about half the price of an 18-year-old. Is this twice as good? Maybe. Is this almost half as good? Yeah. Is it better than most things I've had from Glengoyne at this price range? Definitely. And therefore, I think I'm going to give this actually a solid. Yeah, I'm going to give it a C plus, B minus. In my German video, I only gave it a C plus, but I think I can move up to the B minus as well. Especially the finish. The finish is actually just a continuation of the mouth feel from before. Hmm. 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 Yep, a tiny little bit of that, of the tannins at the end. Much more than here. Here you have a chocolate. Here you have almost a mocha moment. And here you have a little bit of a bitter, tart type of tannic moment. That wood that's been a little bit too much, almost like take the black tea bag and use it once, twice, and the third time you wring it out, and that moment, those are tannins. Value for money, I'm going to give it a solid C to C plus. So B minus in taste, C plus actually in value. If you can find this any place, I would recommend it actually. If your price is not the biggest problem, go for the 18. This is so much better. I just love this. Mm, mm. And the 18 goes like this. There's a tiny little bit of that lactose acid there. And then it goes back up to that dark chocolate. And then the finish is just what really makes this whiskey a bombastic, a fantastic whiskey here. All right, Whiskey Jason here. My question of the day is, what whiskeys can you name or write down in the comments below that have been stored or matured, either finished or matured, in European sherry oak casks? Oh, all right. Now, many of us have had sherry, but how many have this European oak? Now, a tree in northern Spain in Galicia takes about 200 years to grow. A tree in Missouri, Arkansas, even Kentucky takes about 70 to 80 years to grow. The restrictions on the amount of trees that can be cut down in Europe are much, much, much stringent than in the States, where it's actually more of an industry as well, not just for the lumber industry, but also for the cask industry. One tree equals about 2 casks. Sometimes you can get 3 out of there, but usually 2 is often all you can get. So that's actually a lot of trees are being cut down for our industry here, but the barrels are being sent over to Europe and having a long, long lifespan. So I guess it's almost a good idea to use it the way it is. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell others, share this video maybe. That'd actually be the biggest help you could give to me, either on Twitter or Instagram or on Facebook or any place else. That would really push my channel a little bit and be a great, great help. Thank you. See you soon. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.